Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Team Recall coming with another video. Today I'm coming at you with some more VGC 17 Wi-Fi battles here on the battle spot. And today I'm featuring a new team. I'm really excited to bring this team to you guys. It's one I've seen quite a bit. I'll just go over the 6 Pokemon. You see 4 of them here. We got a Ringaroo, Drampa, Torkoal, Tapu Bulu, and the other 2 not featured here are Salamence and Willigant. So it's a Trick Room hybrid team. I do have Salamence and Willigant, which are fast. Willigant has Chlorophyll, so it's going to get its double speed. It's just a support Pokemon. And pretty much what this revolves around is getting going for some powerful spread moves and having Oranguru go for Instruct on Pokemon. So for example here, Drampa and Torkoal are really offensive and they're really slow. So they just go for an offensive move like Hyper Voice and Eruption. And I go for an Instruct, and it's like getting it off 2 times in 1 turn. So it's incredibly powerful. And there's some surprises here on this team. I'll go over them as we go. So we're going to get straight into this first battle. My opponent had a team of Garchomp, Celestia, Nihilego, Mimikyu, Golisopod, and Tapu Koko. So no weather user here, but he does have the Tapu Koko. He decided not to bring it. I didn't really have anything to deal with it, but at the same time, he probably saw the Trick Room option here, and he realized that if I got the Tapu Koko was decent, but it's not like it was going to do too much to my team in general. So that's probably why he decided not to bring it. For the Garchomp, or just for the Pokemon he brought, I was pretty fine. I felt like there wasn't too much I had to worry about, even against anything on his team. Just the Tapu Koko, I was just thinking, or if I got Trick Room up, I'd be able to take care of it. There's nothing that would resist, that's going to super hardly resist my Eruptions and my Hyper Voices. So it's going to be a nice battle for me if I can get it set up correctly. It should just be an easy blow through. So let's go ahead and get started now. And straight off the bat, I decide to lead with my Ringaroo and Drampa. So just to get that damage off. And he goes with Garchomp and Celestia. So here I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad of a lead, since the Celestia is not going to be able to do too much to me, and the Garchomp might go for like some sort of Dragon type move. So I protect right here, and he does go for Dragon Claw on the Drampa. It most likely would not have knocked me out. And he also goes for the Heavy Slam with the Drampa, so that might have picked up the knockout. But thanks to the protect, I just set up the easy Trick Room right off the bat. That's going to be huge. So here I'm debating on whether or not I want to go for like a Draco Meteor or any Dragon type move, because he did have the 2 Fairy types in the back. He had Tapu Koko and Mimikyu. So I just go straight for the Flamethrower onto the Celestia, because this Garchomp isn't really, or I was predicting maybe a switch, but the Garchomp isn't really threatening me all that much, because I was expecting something like an Outrage or a Draco Meteor from the Garchomp. So you're going to see the Instruct. I do pick up the Knockout. I was like, oh, I'll take the risk. So I just pick up the 1-hit knockout, and I go for Flamethrower, so that's perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So he's going to bring in the Mimikyu. I'm like, okay, the Mimikyu isn't too big of a threat to me. Or I guess it probably is, but with what I have in the back, the Garchomp's going to be the bigger threat. Since I do have Torkoal, I will be able to resist a Play Rough from the Mimikyu. So I'm like, I'll just try and take out this Garchomp so it can't take me out with an Earthquake. So I just go for the safe Hyper Voice so that he couldn't switch in Tapu Koko or anything. So that is going to be a knockout onto the Garchomp. And we're already at 4-2. This is just a super powerful combination here. But he does go for Swords Dance, and I was like, okay. Now this thing's a big... No, it's bigger. It's a bigger threat. I don't know how big of a threat it is. But you see his last Pokemon's Nihilego. So... also, not too big of a threat to my Torkoal, even though it does have Rock-type moves. So here I just go for the Flamethrower on the Mimikyu. I'm not going to... I don't really care about knocking it out. I just want to break this Disguise. And I also would like my Drampa to faint this turn, so I can bring in Torkoal for free during the last turn of Trick Room. So here I go for Psychic. It's going to do just under 50%. And so you see the Power Gem onto the Oranguru, which I found interesting. And we do see the Play Rough into the Drampa. It is going to connect. That is what I wanted. He hasn't shown Protect yet, so I could have gone for Flamethrower, Instruct into that slot. But this way it's just a lot easier for me. because it is the last turn of Trick Room, and his Mimikyu hasn't protected yet, so it most likely will not carry Protect. So here it's just pretty much cleanup for me. I go for an Eruption, an incredibly powerful move, and that's gonna almost pick up the knockout onto Mimikyu, and I just go for an Instruct. So just with, even though the Nihilego resists, it's still up like 150 base power in the Sun stab and everything. So that is going to pick up the finish off both his Pokemon. That's going to be a double knockout. So and that's going to be the battle. It's going to be a pretty easy win. So as you see, this team is just about pretty much pure power, spamming super powerful spread moves and going for Instruct. So this has to be played relatively carefully. Like, I mean, at the beginning when I went for, or not at the beginning, like mid battle when I tried to take out that Garchomp with Hyper Voice, I was Hyper Voicing into a Mimikyu as well. So I didn't take as much of an advantage of it as I could have. But in that instance, I was just trying to focus down the Garchomp, and that was the best move to go for anyways. So you didn't get to see any Tapu Bulu action that turn, or that battle. Wasn't needed as much as I thought it would be. It was just there. Tapu Bulu was really bulky. Plus, the grassy terrain is really good with Torkoal, because grassy terrain reduces the damage of ground type moves by 50%. So really, especially I brought it, I was like, oh, he's got the Garchomp, so that'll definitely help out, and it'll help my Torkoal as well if needed. So we're gonna move into the next battle. My opponent had a pretty interesting team. One of the few, I think, if I've been one of the first Tapu Finis I've seen here on the battle spot. It was Talonflame, Garchomp, Metagross, Tapu Fini, Beware, and Mimikyu. So the Tapu Fini, in my opinion, I guess, like, if you want to make a super offensive team, the Misty Terrain is probably the best one you want to go for, since it will prevent any status condition whatsoever. So if you can build a super hyper offensive team that just will get destroyed by status conditions, that'll be your best bet. And I've also seen Tapu Fini is probably like one of the more defensive / bulky of the Tapus, so you'll kind of see that come into play this round. So here for the Talonflame, my Tapu Bulu would carry Stone Edge, so that'll pick up the knockout onto the Talonflame. It's also good against the Garchomp. It'll be against the Metagross, I have to be careful, but against the Tapu Fini, it'll also do well. So the Mimikyu, I don't really like. My team doesn't really have an answer to Mimikyu, but Mimikyu can't really do too much back to my team. I mean, I do have 2 Dragon types, but it's still not that big of a deal. And the Beware, I've got quite a bit to deal. Like, the Beware couldn't really do too much to me either. So the Tapu Fini is the only thing I gotta look out for, just since it's gonna be part water. So I gotta make sure that it doesn't do too much damage to my Torkoal. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Looking at his team, I felt like a really good lead for me would be Oranguru Tapu Bulu, since there wasn't too much he could do to either of those Pokemon. So he was with Garchomp Talonflame, and I go with Oranguru Tapu Bulu. So my Tapu Bulu is max defenses. It's relaxed in nature. So he has 252 IVs, or 252 EVs in defense, 252 EVs in special defense, and he's also Assault Vest, so he's just super bulky. And here he goes for the Z move, and I was like, ooh, which one's he going for? So it's actually going to be the Flying Z move, the Supersonic Sky Strike. This is actually a really cool animation. I like the background and everything. I feel like it's probably one of the cooler looking ones. So here I was thinking I was actually going to survive, but nope, that's going to pick up the one-hit knockout. So that was most likely on top of a Brave Bird. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, since Gale Wings got a nerf, because if you're not, it only prioritizes flying type moves if you're at full health. So with that, because usually if you Brave Bird, you take the damage. But I was like, oh, that's cool, because with that, you get the prioritized move plus at least one more turn afterwards. So I thought it was a pretty cool strategy. So here I'm going to bring a Drumpa. I did get the Trick Room up, which is fantastic. I just have to be careful. He could have Mimikyu in the back to take a Dragon type move, but when he switched, I'm like, oh, he does. But no, it's just a Metagross. And I just went for a safe Hyper Voice here, since I know it's going to pick up the knockout on Talonflame. And if Garchomp stayed in, it also would have picked up the knockout on Garchomp. So there's no need to risk a Hyper Voice in that instance. So, and it's actually could be quite a bit of damage onto the Metagross as well. It's gonna bring him just below 50% health. And I was like, oh, so even one more Hyper Voice will do the trick, depending on the damage rolls and everything. So, very nice turn for me right there. Gonna restore a little bit from this. One thing I like about the grassy terrain is it kind of goes well with this team as well, since with Drum, I do take extra damage, or I take twice as much damage from the Life Orb because I use it twice per turn. And Torkoal has Eruption, so if he loses some health, he can regen some a little bit to have his Eruption become a little bit stronger. We are going to see the Tabu Fini is going to come in, and here I'm like, okay. So here, this actually really caught me off guard because these are free battles, so you can use Mega Evolution. I was like, I didn't know you could Mega Evolve and use a Z move in the same battle. I thought that was only either one Z move or one Mega Evolution per battle. I had no idea about that. So that really caught me off guard. But here I just go for a Hyper Voice Instruct. Just like, oh, get off as much damage as I can before I go down, because I do have Torkoal in the back, which can easily take out this Metagross. And depending on how well I can get this Tapu Fini, Eruption will most likely, a double Eruption will most likely take him out as well. So we're going to see Tapu Fini does have Citrus, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how comfortable I'm going to be. I mean, you saw how much damage Hyper Voice was doing to like the Talonflame and to Garchomp last turn. You see how little damage Tapu Fini's taken this turn, or this battle. So Tapu Fini's pretty bulky. He misses the Hammer Arm, which is really lucky on my part. Well, I guess lucky in the fact that he gets to stay alive. I guess I would have preferred to get the free switch in the Torkoal, because I would have gotten more damage off this turn. But, oh well. So here I just went for Flamethrower. He obviously wasn't expecting that. It's one of the cool tech moves I have on my Drumpa. It goes well. My Drumpa and my Salmons have Flamethrower, since it is a fire or a Sun team, so they can get Sun boosted Flamethrowers off. So he's gonna go for another Heal Pulse. Pretty team support Pokemon, this Tapu Fini. And we're gonna see the Garchomp come in. And at this point, I don't even need to go for a Draco Meteor now, just because I know Hyper Voice is gonna pick up the knockout on both of them. So it is enough to pick up the knockout on Tapu Fini. Or no, excuse me, it barely holds on with like 1 or 2 hit points, but the Instruct is going to be enough to pick up the double knockout here. So this one, well, I don't know. I want to say fast battle. I just feel like these battles are faster paced than the doubles in, not the VGC 16, but the double battles in Gen 6. So pretty cool battle going on, or pretty cool battle, pretty cool team, a very powerful team if used correctly. Obviously, there are some counters. I've already been thinking about some of the weaknesses of this team, but keep going at it. After a few episodes, I might change out a Pokemon or two just to try some things out. But I really like this team. I think it's a lot of fun. So, but also, my Salamence is a special attacker. It also is carrying the Dragon Z move, so it has Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor, Flamethrower, and Protect. So I have mostly special attackers on this team. The only physical attacker I have is the Tapu Bulu, so could become a problem later on down the road. But we'll have to see what happens, how well this team stacks up against the meta. But next time I'll be going on doing some into the championship thing. I was just messing around with some free battles to mess around with the team, see what works and stuff like that. So keep your eyes peeled for more videos. Let me know if you guys get any, or let me know if you guys what you guys think of the team. If you've ever come off or played against one like this, or if you had any suggestions or any comments about it. Also, let me know if you want to battle. I'm always down to battle if you want 6v6 singles or doubles or VGC 17 or whatever. Go ahead and let me know. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.